and welcome to my latest Exploring Hull UK video. I'm going to take you out to the coast today and have a look at a bit of coastal erosion. It's in a little village called Aldbrough, so I thought I'd head up that way today. It's a lovely day, the sun is shining. I'm on my own for a couple of hours, so I thought I might as well. I'll apologise right now. I've just got myself an in-car mobile phone holder, and I'm sorry if the picture's a bit wobbly. The fact is the phone holder isn't very good. It keeps falling off the bloody window. As you can see, it keeps slipping and dropping. So while I'm in here, the filming ain't going to be brilliant, but there's not a great deal I can do about it at the moment, so please bear with me. I'm going to cut this bit of video off for now, and I will see you again back on the coast. See you soon. Okay, so I'm here in Aldbrough. I'm right on the edge of the cliff that is rapidly eroding away. It's quite breezy here on the coast, so there's probably going to be a lot of wind interference on my camera, for which I'm very sorry, but I can't do anything about that, I'm afraid. In a moment I'm going to turn the camera around and show you a view of the eroded coast and let you see for yourselves. So as you can see, there is the cliff face that is rapidly eroding away. You can see for quite a long way. I stuck that out on my selfie stick. I won't go in any closer to the edge, but I wanted you to see how steep it actually is. I don't know if you can see, but just in the centre of the screen there appears to be what looks like part of a building. It's brickwork and concrete that has at some point fallen off the cliff. It's quite a sad fact that this is happening, for a number of reasons really. I mean, nothing's getting done about it. You know, I think it erodes like roughly 3 metres a year, but you imagine in 10 years time this caravan park won't be here. And it's really sad because from what I can gather, some of these caravans are actually people's homes, and it is a business. It's a holiday camp, you know, where you can come and spend a few days. It looks really lovely from what I can see here. It's popular for dog walkers, etc. I mean, you've got to be really careful. Just in front of me now there's a section of cliff that has dropped a couple of feet, so God knows when that'll go. I imagine it won't be long. So, you know, as you're walking along here, you've got to be really careful where you step. I'm keeping well clear of the edge, mostly because when my missus watches this video, she'll kill me if I get too close. But I don't think it's a really sad affair that it's all happening. You know, I mean, how far is it going to be allowed to go before somebody does something about it? But what makes it worse is this. You would imagine that in I don't know, maybe 10 years time that all of this road will have gone. All of these houses will be gone if something isn't done about it. One thing I'm really surprised about is that this pub stood empty for quite some time, and somebody has spent what I can only imagine is a lot of money to do it up and reopen it again. They must have a lot of faith, that's all I can say. I mean, just for example, this house here has been stood empty for quite some time. It's in a bad state of repair. It has also got a for sale sign up. I imagine it will not ever sell. This one here looks lovely, but again, in not too long a time, I imagine it will not be there. stood, there were other houses not that long ago. I remember coming when my wife took a look at this, and there was foundations, but they've all now gone. In a previous clip, I spoke about where houses used to stand. That was more or less in this area here, but I can show you a little bit of evidence of how far the cliff may have eroded over the years. Here you can see some sort of foundation to something. It's cracking, and you can see a big section of it here is broken away and fallen down there somewhere. I think this might actually be I'm not sure, but I think there might actually not be anything under the little bit I was stood on, so I'm getting off it really quickly. As I walk further along the coast, you can see more evidence of erosion. You know, some of it has come in quite a long way. Leaving quite a jagged coastline. It really is very unfortunate, because I mean, all of this farmland, it's just all going to go. It's all going to go. There's a bit here that looks like it's only very recently slipped down. Again, I'm being very, very careful on what I stand on when I'm looking. I don't endorse anybody else doing this. If you come and have a look here, you know, you do so at your own risk, just like I am. Now, I'm not sure where it is, if it's fallen off the cliff now, but a little further up this coastline there was I believe to be a World War II pillbox. I'm actually just wondering now if it's gone, because I'd have thought I'd have been able to see it by now. Maybe not, but I'm going to have a walk up anyway and see if I can see it. I'm not really sure if this pillbox has actually ended up going off the cliff now. I've walked as far as I seem to remember walking before, but there's no sign of it, not that I can see as yet anyway. I do remember seeing at the time that, you know, several feet in from the edge of the cliff, the ground we were walking on here had started to crack and slip, so I'm wondering if it's finally gone. But I'd be really surprised, because it was actually quite a way inland. It wasn't really at the edge. So I'm going to keep walking for a little bit and see if I come across any signs of it. I am starting to get a little bit confused. I'm starting to doubt my own memory at the moment. I'm pretty sure that when me and Michelle and one of the kids came, there was like a, I think it's called a pillbox, I'm not sure, but you know, certainly from World War II, something to do with the war. You know, I'm fairly certain there was one here, but I've walked, well, quite a way. I mean, you can't even see where I began walking from now. I'm either getting confused and it was somewhere else, or it's gone somehow. But like I said, it wasn't that close to the edge for me to think it could have gone in, unless there was some particularly bad erosion in that area. So yeah, I'm a little stumped at the minute, because I have been looking over the cliff edge as we've walked along. Oops. and I've not seen any sign of it. I mean, as you can see here, I can see quite clearly over the cliff, and I've been able to see clearly as far as I've been walking. So I don't know, I'm going to keep walking a bit further. I'm determined to find this blooming thing. Whether it's still up on the cliff top or over the cliff now, I don't know, but I don't know, I'm looking right pillock if there's no sign of it and I've got the wrong place, but we'll see. Just to show you how careful you have got to be walking along here, I've just walked up along that kind of footpath and I just looked down and saw that drop off. So it just goes to show how careful you have got to be. Okay, so that's how far I've walked up to now, to roughly where that red rooftop is. If you can see it in the picture, I don't know. So I've walked quite a way, and I really don't remember walking this far to go and have a look at the pillbox that me and my wife saw a few years ago. I continue to look over the edge and I'm not seeing it, so who knows. Right, okay, as you can see just in the centre of the screen there is a sign that says unexploded ordnance on this beach beyond this point. It may explode and kill you. Do not approach or touch any military or unidentified objects. Posted by the Ministry of Defence. Well, as it is, I've gone as far as I wanted to go anyway. All I can imagine is that the pillbox I've been looking for is in the sea, because you know, I've walked the full length of this section of coastline. I've walked further. I know I've walked further than when me and my wife came before, and it is just not up here. You cannot miss it, or you know, when it was here, you cannot miss it. I can only hope that when I get home and I ask my wife, "Oi love, was there a pillbox at Aldbrough?" She goes, "Yeah." Because if she says no, that was at wherever, I'm looking right pillock, aren't I? Anyway, it's a bit of a shame I couldn't show you it, but it is what it is, I guess. As I've just been walking along, and after recording that last clip about the do not touch anything on the beach sign, I've come back to the edge of this cliff and I've just looked down towards the water's edge. There is that elusive pillbox I've been looking for. Just there. So I wasn't going mad. I really had started to doubt myself. I wasn't going mad at all. It was here. But one thing I am absolutely astounded by is the amount of cliff that has fallen and eroded away in the last couple of years in this particular section. You can see there's absolutely tons and tons of air that has slipped in just this section alone. It must only be a 20 metre wide section, 30 metre wide section. But what's more astounding is where that pillbox is now, as you can see the waves just breaking over it, that was stood up on the top, cliff top, and there was still several metres from that pillbox to the edge of the cliff as it were a couple of years ago. So that in itself just can just show you how quickly the cliff is eroding. It's absolutely devastating to know that this coastline, mere 20 minutes drive away from where I live, is eroding as quickly as it is. I understand it costs a lot of money to do anything about it, but why can't anything be done about it? I don't understand. I really don't understand. You know, there are people's homes, businesses all at stake. I would imagine that at the rate it is eroding, in another 10 years all those homes and the businesses will not be there anymore. The houses that I showed you, the bungalows that I showed you, I really feel for the people who own them and who live in them, because no one in the right mind would buy one of those properties. I know I certainly wouldn't, and I don't blame anyone for not wanting to. But not only that, in this area alone there is an absolute wealth of absolutely gorgeous scenery, countryside, farmlands, and it's all just going to get washed away into the sea. Not only that, but the history. As you know, in other videos I've done, I do a little bit of metal detecting here and there, and you can imagine that there is tons of history sat buried in this ground behind me. But at the rate it's going, it's all going to get washed away, it's all going to get lost, forgotten, never to be seen again. It's such a shame, it really is a shame. What do? You can't beat Mother Nature. You're never going to hold back the sea completely. And it'd probably cost millions to stop this erosion happening. I know I ain't got the money to help, protect the coastline. Most people haven't got that kind of money. And I guess the people that have got that kind of money, heartbreaking to know that parts of our country are just going, they're vanishing. One person who I speak to once in a while is big on history and that, he told me that the land used to go, I can't even bloody point with this thing, I don't know which way I'm going. The land used to go a long way, a lot further out than it is now. Further out to sea than you could ever imagine, where other villages existed and, people lived. And over the decades and centuries, the sea slowly but surely claimed it. Like it's going to claim the very ground I walk on now. When you think about it like I am now, it's quite emotional really, to know that the coastline is washing away. People's homes are going to go, people's businesses, livelihoods, the farmland that I'm walking across now is going to go. It's going to cost somebody or some people a lot of money that they'll never get back. It's quite sad really. Just to let you know, as I'm walking back to the car, something that I forgot to mention earlier, this bit of road here that I'm just coming up to now actually went a lot further out than it does now. As you can clearly see, it stops right there, but it used to go a good way out, a good way further out. And not only that, when me and my wife first came here, must have been 7 years ago or so, when we first started driving, after where the cliff ends, there used to be a road that goes all the way up there. And I also remember fishing up there. going up that road to climb down a safer part of the cliff to fish. But as you can see, it's obviously not there now. It's sinking further. So it's only a matter of time before those caravans have to be moved. Right, so there you have it. That's the Erosion Aldbrough coastline. I've come to my car now for the last bit of the video to close it off. It's a bit breezy out there, and obviously at this point I ain't seen my footage, so I'm really sorry if the wind has ruined the audio. I'm filming on my phone, so there's not a lot I can do about it, I'm afraid. But as I said, it's a bit of a shame that it's happening, but it is happening, and there isn't a great deal we can do about it. Finally, as I said earlier in my video, just in case the audio is knackered, I'm not encouraging anyone to come here. Many people do, to walk the dogs or fish or whatever, but it can be dangerous, so I'm not encouraging any of my viewers to come and look. If you do, like me, you do it at your own risk. But that's it for now. I'm going to call it a day on this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and as usual, for my long-term subscribers, thank you very much for continuing to stick with me and watching my videos. I hope you continue to enjoy them. For anyone new, if this is the first video you've seen, please feel free to look back on older videos. And if you enjoy them, I hope you'll click subscribe. So that'll do it. Thanks again, and bye for now.